When deciding on your homeschool schedule for the year, the first place you want to start is finding out if your state has any requirements for the number of days or hours that you're going to be homeschooling. Some of them do, some of them don't. So make sure you're hopping on hslda.org or your state's Department of Education website to find out what you're legally required to do. And of course, not all states have requirements, so if they don't, you just get to do whatever you think is best for you and your family. And it's the average number of days that a public school child goes to school is about 180 days and between 800 and 1,000 hours. So if your state doesn't give you any guidance on that, those numbers might help you if you're just not quite sure what to do. So once you know how many days you want to homeschool through the year, now you have to decide how you want to structure your year. Some homeschoolers go year-round, others like to follow more of the public school structure, like going for long periods of time with a winter and spring break and then a long summer. Other homeschoolers go 3 weeks on and 1 week off. It's really entirely up to you, but you're gonna wanna have an idea of the number of weeks you wanna homeschool and how you want that to look over the year. So once you have your yearly structure in place, then you need to decide how you want to structure your weeks. Most homeschoolers do school 3 to 5 days a week. I really like the 4 days on, 3 days off model because that gives me an extra day during the week where I can shift things around if I need to and just add in that extra flexibility. But you can just experiment with it and do what works best for you and your family. Just remember, you don't have to structure your day like the public school system. And now that you know what your week looks like, now you can start structuring your daily homeschool schedule. There are infinite ways to homeschool, but to keep things simple, I'm going to break down scheduling into 2 types of philosophies: the time block schedule and the flexible routine. The time block schedule is the one that we're most familiar with, and that's what we think of when we think about scheduling. This is where we break our day into time slots and then we decide ahead of time what we're going to do in each slot. On the other end of the spectrum, we have a flexible routine. This type of schedule is a little bit harder to quantify, but basically it's a loose structure where things are done in a sequence, but there's a lot more flexibility about how long tasks take and when they get done. The idea is the routine naturally includes some structure, but there's a lot of flexibility depending on how you set it up. Both scheduling methods have their pros and cons. Really, you just need to try things out as a family and figure out what works best for you. Now, once you have your daily structure set up, you can start adding in the concepts you want to teach and when you want to teach them. And remember, you don't have to teach every subject every day. And just for your reference, I have included some example schedules here that you can screenshot and save later for inspiration. And as usual, if you want more help setting up your homeschool, you can get the Beginner's Guide to Homeschooling on my website. And of course, hit like, comment, ask me any questions you have, and I will keep these videos coming.